I didn't grow up on London grime or London music. I grew up on Birmingham MCs and Birmingham DJs. I'm inspired by what's real, and Birmingham is a real place. Like, it's not pretentious at all. Like, what you see is what you get.
Our party was called Bigger Than Barrett, and it was one big fat rave.
It was party, it was homemade, it was DIY. It was just a group of people having fun and not taking themselves too seriously. The first one was just us and our friends and 100 people, and then 4 years later we had 4,000 people in a drowned pool.
Yeah, it was never very polished when we first started, and there wasn't a plan. We just put the parties on. There wasn't like a monetary incentive. We just did it. We were living the brand and living the party. And
it wouldn't have been anything if it wasn't for community. It was a room full of our friends. Even towards the peak, you still felt like you knew everyone in the room. There's people that like we'd class as family from the party.
Yo, I just want to big up all the Bigger Than Barrett crew, yeah, every time. 2009, try my angle.
Digbeth is kind of like the hub of underground electronic music for Birmingham. It's very different to Birmingham city centre. There's
been a lot of evolution as an area as well. When I mean, obviously where we're sitting at the moment, this wasn't here 10 years ago as a raving space. This was a scaffold yard. It's obviously a massive working class city, so the kind of regeneration didn't really happen for ages, and obviously it's a very multicultural city as well, so you had all these pockets of multiculturalism that were all spread around the suburbs.
And we came along like 2008, 9-ish. We were like the first parties to really push it to a more eclectic audience. We just wanted to play the music we loved, which was quite a broad range, like a mash-up party. And everybody else wanted to get involved in it and have a good time with us, which was obviously a beautiful surprise. This is where we did the beach rave, weren't it?
Yeah. We put in 4 tons of sand, had a few DJs at the back on skipping vinyls, and police come and shut us down about 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
And when we had Major Lazy, I'm pretty sure it was the most makeshift thing that Diplo had ever played on. I think he'd come from playing in Las Vegas the week before to a warehouse in Birmingham. DJ decks were just in the corner. The bar was, you know, completely makeshift. It actually felt like a raw warehouse. Obviously, the guys here have done an incredible job turning it into a club. Our heroes were people like Soul and Factory Records, so we were very much like how not to run a club night as well. You know, we didn't really invest in it as a business. We just liked having fun. So
we were all right with it falling apart, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of secretly. We never said anything, but to watch it to build up and crumble was kind of the fun in it, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think Preditah, obviously he's done amazing things linking up with like the Boy Better Know crew and really representing Birmingham. And I think that's what it needs to show that like things are happening.
We are in my music studio. This is where everything happens. This is where I make all my music and I finish music off. Love being here more than my actual house. It's a reminder of how far I've come and where I could be going as well. I'm a key player in the grime scene. Key player, not because I think I'm one, because everyone treats me like I am, so. Which is a nice feeling, to be fair, that I'm part of the scene, because I grew up on it, I've invested into it, so it's great that I'm actually part of this scene. I've made some big tracks in the scene, you know, instrumental-wise especially. My sound is a variation of dance music, which is like garage, grime. I don't have a formula, I don't have a method of making music. I just kind of do whatever's in my head. I've always done that. My original sound is always going to be like more dancey. That's what grime was. It came from that side of garage. I remember when grime was called garage. There was a big Birmingham scene around 2005. There's a lot of crews that were known in Birmingham. So I grew up on the Birmingham scene. There isn't a big music scene in Birmingham at all. When I meet people that I know, they'll say to me, oh, where you playing next? And I'll say, like, you know, like Croatia or Manchester. It's never Birmingham. There isn't enough clubs and events to showcase that. I'm gonna try and get involved and try and change that. I want the people that are younger now to experience the Birmingham scene in Birmingham like I did.
It was always great to have 4,000 people in a venue, but the best parties were always 100 people in a dark square box where everyone just lost their shit. You know, that's where every big night and every DJ began, in that small party, like house party vibe.
I've always said, if I'm going to a rave, I don't care how small the venue is or how big it is. It's all about the sound system for me and the vibe. Hearing the music loud and live is a real feeling, better than being at home.
In an age of social media as well, people still need to interact. People still need to vibe together and have those moments. It's really important that nightlife continues.
Yeah, it's about relationships, like Bobby said earlier. You know, I met my future wife at a party, and a lot of my best friends through raving. So nightlife, it's where the magic happens, really, isn't it?